come right back. Oh, what's up, y'all? Reggie here, TheFitnessTutor.com. So I wanted to touch on something that is very important and very vital. And from what I've seen, a lot of the public is not aware of this. And you know, a lot of the bodybuilders and some of the more nerdy science guys are. But please share this video if you understand what I'm getting at. Okay, the concept is this: causation versus correlation. All right, you really need to understand what this means. And it basically just means this: whatever you're talking about, a product or even a workout, it can be anything. But when you're talking about that in relation to a specific outcome, is it the cause of the outcome or is it just correlated with it? So in other words, did it cause you to lose 30 pounds or did it just go along with you losing 30 pounds? Now, this is used ad nauseum throughout the industry to sell pretty much whatever you want to sell. And that's fine, it's legal. But as far as the average consumer needs to understand, you need to keep this in the forefront of your mind, because so much of what we consider is research and studies showing and my doctor this and et cetera, it's all based on causation versus correlation. This also ties into another video that I'll be talking about how basically everything works, and how if you're a company or a person, you can pretty much get away with saying whatever you want to because of causation versus correlation. For instance, enjoy Krispy Kreme donuts. I will be using Krispy Kreme donuts to help me lose weight. These things are special. To some of you, that sounds absurd, but I will prove it. Now, most people are going to be like, yeah, whatever. You can't be serious. They're donuts. Well, that's the way a lot of us feel when other people are talking about other products, helping them lose massive amounts of weight or helping them lose weight. Now, at the end of however many weeks and I lose however many pounds, I can say that these wonderful products, these wonderful heavenly products, helped me lose blah, blah amount of pounds. It sounds extreme and absurd, and I want it to sound that way, because that helps bring out what I'm talking about. On one side, we can say that I can show and prove how it's technically true. But on the other side, you know, you're probably not really going to buy that. And the point is, was that really the reason why I lost whatever weight I lost? Was it because of the donuts? Or was it because I created and managed a decent enough caloric deficit to where it allowed my body to free up more fat as stored energy, and that's the reason why I lost whatever weight I lost? All right? So pretty much whatever it is in regards to weight loss, and it's over the counter, you can pretty much chalk it up to causation versus correlation. Now, I'm a fan of supporting the economy or whatever. You can buy whatever, all right? And I will just like to make this note too. You know, there's always a yin and yang. So, you know, in the serious scientific community, where there's being real research done on various things, not just weight loss and muscle building, causation versus correlation is used a lot, and it's necessary in a lot of cases. If something looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, so then you can eliminate a lot of other things and concentrate on other things. That's when you're talking about, you know, biochemistry, very in-depth things, molecular sometimes, but very broad topics like why the body loses weight or burns fat or builds muscle or anything else that you're basically talking about in the fitness industry. It's relatively simple and there's not a lot going on. But if you are trying to sell something, you're probably going to use it a lot. All right? And I guess another main takeaway is that causation versus correlation should be understood that does not always make something true. All right? The processes can be described in layman's terms relatively simply because there's just not a lot going on. It's a lot of basic math, unless you have a disease or a malfunction or something. But making people believe otherwise is a great way to get their money and their time, and also to waste their time and their money. So please understand that just because there was a reaction or some type of change, that it might be just causation versus correlation. You might not be talking about something being totally what you think it is. All right? Especially with products, because when people take products, you combine that with the placebo effect and the fact that most people, when they take a product, they start eating better or more strict. And that's usually where the weight loss comes from. Everything else, there's really not much else. You know, you're talking about building muscle with a couple of things. Yeah, whatever. There's not really a product out there other than something that most people would call illegal, at least in America, that's going to really help you build muscle, other than hard work and eating properly. So anyway, if you haven't heard of causation versus correlation, or you haven't really thought about this stuff, then think about it. And the next time somebody drops something in your inbox, or you see a commercial on TV, or whatever it is, I can guarantee you 99.9% chance you are probably talking about causation versus correlation. I can guarantee you it's that high. I won't say all of the time, because I just don't want to use absolutes, because only a Sith uses absolutes. But seriously, it's going to be that high. That doesn't mean that something is bad or unhealthy, but it just means, okay, what are we really talking about here? Maybe you need to ask more questions. Maybe if somebody is yelling, telling, and selling, they need to prove to you that they know what they're talking about. All right? And then oftentimes when that happens, you get confronted with a couple of other rebuttals, which I will have videos on, which are everybody's different, or it worked for blah, blah, blah. Whew. The fitness industry exposed. That's it for now. Stop the madness. Love, peace, and bacon grease, and donut yeast. One of the best weight loss tools on the planet. I guarantee you. Just watch. Look at the before and afters. Causation versus correlation are true. You be the judge. And I'm out. Ta-da! Oh my God, he's eating the yolks.